I'm Kronicz from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your WrestleMania 32 review. And if you're sitting there like, whoa, hold up, Kronicz, it meant most extreme wrestling. What? Yeah, I know, I haven't really posted a video in 2 years. Whoops. I mean, this is what happened. I quit really caring about what was happening with Raw. It was getting kind of boring, and it was 3 hours long. I mean, me personally, I just wasn't interested. There was good things that happened over, the past 2 years, good Raws, good moments, but I don't really have cable, and I was doing the whole streaming thing, wasn't really feeling it, worth it, my time when it was happening. But I was keeping up with the pay-per-views, and I've been digging NXT this whole time and everything, but I went to WrestleMania 32 with Kristol and with Marco Rose, and we had a blast, a heck of a time. And oh yeah, my hair is different too. It's been 2 years. Things are different, but I hope that you can still look at my face as I come and review this WrestleMania 32, and hopefully my camera doesn't die and everything works out good. I'm not even going to talk about these whole pre-matches because I kind of missed them. I tried to navigate that ATT Stadium. I was trying to go around. I was trying to find Mocha Bane and meet some people from YouTube and whatnot. It wasn't happening. I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours just walking around the dang thing trying to find people. So I met a few people, but didn't get to meet everybody I was trying to, from the YouTube land and everything. So, as we start, I'm just going to go ahead and start with the matches that was on WrestleMania, and that was the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Zack Ryder, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, Stardust, and The Miz. Now, the number one thing about this is that these guys' outfits was straight up on point. Like, I was looking at Sin Cara's outfit and The Miz and all this, and I was just like, it's so legit! Like, that was like my favorite part of it, well, when it was happening, because the match itself was actually pretty legit. Like, I don't know if it was just because I was there and I was watching it live, just like, whoa, I'm seeing this, but like the experience of the crowd and everything, but to me, like, I thought it was great. I kept looking on Facebook and everything, and people were saying, oh, well, this is not that great, and I'm like, what are they talking about? But people was flying around. The spots that they did was really cool. And like once they got to the end of it, and you had The Miz like almost win, I was like, they wouldn't do it because people were just like, boo. But then The Miz, he got knocked off by what's his face? Oh my God, Zack Ryder. See, he's been on NXT. I thought that the man was demoted never to come back, and here he is climbing up the ladder looking so legit in this purple and in this silver, and he goes up and he gets the Intercontinental Championship, pulls it down and takes it with him, and I'm just like, oh, it was like, oh, I could feel it. I could feel that emotion. He had hit that elbow drop before. It was so sweet. And, like, I could feel the emotion, like the pure emotion of him winning that championship. It touched me, man. Not in a weird way, but it touched my heart. And I was just, like, so happy for him. And he was doing his interview later in the night, just like, it's so great. And his dad was there. I'm sitting here on Facebook, and people are like, this is dumb. This doesn't make any sense. You wanted something different. You got something different. Oh, is it too late? Oh, you're saying it's too late for Zack Ryder to become a champion or do anything? Did you see the match? It was great. And the way he won it, I mean, it made sense. Yeah, I guess dude could have retained his title, Kevin Owens or whatever. Somebody else could have won. Yeah, a lot of people could have won. It wasn't going to be Dolph Ziggler. I mean, he's done. They're never going to do anything with him ever again in the history of all time, so forget that. I'm going to move on. Chris Jericho, AJ Styles. This was good. I really liked it. AJ Styles, he looked like he legitimately was just like, this is great. I'm here. WrestleMania, Dallas, 100,000 people. So, I really like that one. AJ Styles, he got beat though, which I was kind of surprised. Why do they do that? Why does Chris Jericho need to win? I don't understand. I already forgot how to do this YouTube thing because I'm not even timing myself, so I'm going to have to hurry. Because I don't know how much time or battery I have. The League of Nations versus the New Day. The New Day's entrance was great. During the Chris Jericho match, I looked to my right, and I saw that big box of bootios getting assembled, and I was like, oh, I'm not even watching this AJ Styles match, even though it is very entertaining. There's a box of big old bootios over here, so I'm sitting there watching that. And in this six-man, let's see, who even won? The New Day lost. But why? Oh, but it did make sense because they had this whole thing after the fact where freaking Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels looking buff as hell, Stone Cold looking fat as hell, and Mick Foley looking like he always does, and they come out there and do this little thing. It was really cool, very entertaining. You know, I loved it, but I don't know why, but I just was hoping for some weird reason that Kurt Angle would show up. But he never came. But that's okay, because this was legit. So, it was shocking, and that was the thing about the show. There was a lot of just shock. I wasn't expecting. I mean, maybe some people had heard, they had been watching on the internet or whatever, found some news. I didn't know about any of this. So I was surprised. I was entertained. So you can suck it. By the way, I was wearing my, well, it's actually Kristol's, but DX jersey. So I was looking pretty nice. Brock Lesnar versus Paul Heyman. Kristol went to the bathroom, got some nachos, got some beers. She didn't even care. She was looking at the merchandise stand. She didn't even give a crap about this match. And she came back and she's like, is this over yet? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why are you hating? But it was good. I thought that the end of it was kind of abrupt. Like, for some reason it seemed like it was rushed. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe on TV it looked better. But it's just like, it just seemed like it was happening, it was going, and then just kind of ended. And I didn't really understand that. But Dean Ambrose lost. Which I guess makes sense. I don't know. Then we had the triple threat match, the women's title. They brought the women's title back earlier in the show. Oh my god, this was so awesome. Lita came out with this new belt, and she was talking about it, and I was like, oh, it's Lita. She's just looking so good. Even though she's older, I don't even care. She looks so good. And she unveiled the title, and it was just like the regular WWE title, except it's different colors. And I loved it, because it's like, we have the WWE title, and we have the women's title. We have a men's title and a women's title. They are equal, son. But yeah, up on the social medias, people were like, it's the same thing. It's not, they didn't even try. Man, you can get out of here. Because I don't even want to hear it. Because I thought it was cool. And I thought it was legit. They got rid of that Divas stupid butterfly thing. Get that crap out of here. It was a really good match. I love Sasha Banks. She had freaking Snoop Dogg come out. I was like, she's got Snoop Dogg in her entrance. How is she going to lose? But, she did. Because Charlotte won. I know they messed up a couple times in the match. I don't even care. People mess up all the time. And I know how some people be like, hey, you gotta, the women, you know, they'll be like, oh, the match isn't that great. And I'm like, oh. It seems to me like some people will look at these matches with the women, and unless it is extraordinary, they won't even say it's good. But the men can go out there and have a so-so match, and they'll be like, oh, it is great. But the women, they have like this much higher standard. It's not really fair, but let me tell you this. When I went to WrestleMania 30, same crew of people, everybody went to the bathroom in the women's match, except for me, because I'm smart. I know to go right before the Brock Lesnar entrance, when there ain't one person in the bathroom, there's not a line, I can run in there, whew, I can pee, and I'm still jogging because I ain't even going to stop. And then, you know, I do that, and I go and I wash my hands, and then I run back. And I'm gone for like 2 minutes. If you go any other time, you are going to stand in line, and you are going to miss some stuff. So you got to think. You got to think. When is people going to go to the bathroom? This is legit. So in case you haven't been to an event like this, no, like watch when you're watching a pay-per-view. Watch when people start filing out. And you can see the patterns. So like you might have to miss like 30 seconds of somebody's entrance, somebody that's cool. But it's worth it, because otherwise you're going to be standing in line for like 5 minutes while a bunch of drunk people are around you been like, did you see Dean Ambrose? And passing out all around you. And that ain't cool. You don't want people puking on your shoes. I'm not even wearing any right now. Imagine if those got puked on. I'd be mad. And my hair is not looking good today, just so you know. I normally look better than this. I've been up for like 24 hours. I did take a nap a while ago, but we went to AXXess 8 a.m. Sunday. We went to WrestleMania. We waited in traffic at like midnight last night. We lost Marco. That's a whole nother story. I thought he was gone. His phone died when he was talking to me, and we didn't know where he was. I was like, am I going to have to leave my friend in Dallas? He's got to go to work at 8 a.m. I don't even know if he made it on time, because he got here at like 6 a.m. Marco, I went as fast as I could. I was going like 80 miles an hour while you were sleeping. Just saying. Nah, you're good. So, Shane and The Undertaker. It was legit. It was awesome. I loved it. Hell in the Cell. I just kept thinking that Shane was going to fall off the Hell in the Cell, and he did. They had extra padding on that table, if you saw that. That doesn't mean that didn't hurt, because it looked like it hurt, and it looks like he didn't even like fully land on it. He kind of sideways hit it. But Undertaker and Shane, they really didn't fall down that much. They really weren't like falling all over the place. So they were really safe in what they did, even though Shane did go flying. I really liked it. I thought they told a good story without having to completely just annihilate each other's body. So Shane lost. So Shane was going to reinvent WWE, and he's like, I'm going to fix WWE, so he lost. So I guess that means that WWE is going to continue to suck. I don't get that. What is that? What? It's stupid. Who wrote that? So, okay, but The Undertaker gets to have more matches at WrestleMania. Well, yeah, but what about the whole WWE is broke and needs to be fixed and... whatever. I don't even know. Baron Corbin won this 20-man... Stupid 20-man Battle Royal for the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy. I had to read it, or I couldn't say those words in that particular order. How horrible is that? So, Shaq was in this match. That was legit. Who else was in this match? Somebody else was in there. Oh, DDP was in there. Was there more people? There was like Tatanka and stuff. I don't even know. But I'm not even going to stress about that. So The Rock comes out, and I was like, well, first of all, I was like, they're going to do like a couple of things at this point at the show, right before all this came out. I was like, they got to have the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders because, I mean, they're so famous. And The Rock's probably going to come out here and say they broke the 100,000 record of people, which they did both of those. The Rock came out and had a flamethrower for whatever reason. I don't know why The Rock had a flamethrower. He looked like President Camacho out there, the Ultimate SmackDown Champion. I didn't really understand what that was about, but I guess it's just like, hey, I'm a freaking badass. You know, when he came out there, I was like, is he doing like the China WrestleMania 17 thing because we're in Texas? I don't know. I didn't really get it. But he came out, did the 100,000 people thing, and, man, this is kind of fuzzy in my head at this particular moment of what was going on, but I assure you I was there. So, they end up, let's see, the Wyatt family come out there, and they end up having a match. The Rock just, like, rips his clothes off, and he is going to have a match. What I thought was weird, though, is because they've been reporting in all these sites that The Rock can't have a match. But then I was like, did he really have a match, though? Because he did like this and landed on the ground to do the Rock Bottom, right? He landed like this on the ground to do, the spine buster. And he did the People's Elbow, which he just kind of, barely even do anything. So does that count as a match? Because did he really fall down? Did he really do anything that you wouldn't do when you're normally working out? I think that they used some smart psychological tactics on that one and used some creative writing on when they were writing that up. Because, I mean, he legitimately didn't do anything that he could have hurt himself. Nothing that he wouldn't have done when he's at the gym. Just saying. Okay, I don't know why I got redirected to Roman Reigns' page. Okay, so The Rock, he defeated these guys, whatever. Roman Reigns, Triple H. Those nachos that I had man, I started feeling sick. My eyes were watering, my nose was watering. It's the Texas allergies. When I lived in Texas, like 4 years ago, I would get these horrible allergies. And it would happen to me. My eyes would be watering and everything. So that was happening to me. So I was very light sensitive, and like I was not having a good time. Then my stomach started hurting. I was like, oh, because of those nachos. I thought I was gonna puke in the parking lot, but I didn't. But I felt bad, so bad that I had to leave. Like I saw Stephanie come out and do her speech, and looking just so good, and I was like, oh my God, I want a poster of this. I want the action figure. Man, she looks so good. Woo! And that speech, it's just so good. She was just like, Then everything else was lame. They came out there, they started doing their match, Triple H, whatever, and I didn't even care. Like, I know I was hurting and I was feeling sick and whatever, but I was just like, I was sitting there like this. Like, I wish I could just fall asleep. And Kristol was like, you know what, this match sucks. If you want to go to the car and get some like headache medicine, whatever, we'll pick up Marco later. And I was like, okay, we'll get in the car before all the traffic. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll get Marco and we'll leave. I was like, okay. So we did that. But, then Marco's phone died, and we couldn't find him. We had to go on this search. The traffic was so bad, I literally parked my car in traffic, turned it off, and walked away, and nobody even cared, because the traffic was that bad. We went and found Marco, standing in the middle of an intersection, wearing red-ass pants and an Intercontinental Attitude Era Championship belt around his waist, and just sitting there like this. And I was like, and I started running towards him, and I had my hoodie on, and I was like, Marco, let's go. And he was like, oh my God. And then we all left, and then we came back. But, all that stuff, all the craziness that happened around WrestleMania, that's a different story for another time. That's WrestleMania. Wasn't like too incredibly in depth because I didn't like take notes. I wasn't even expecting to make a YouTube video, but I had some thoughts in my head that were just spinning around that I felt like that I needed to get out. So I'm Kronicz, Most Extreme Wrestling. I will see you guys next time.